Hello traders and investors, I'm L.A. Little and this is your daily NeoTA wrap, where we take a look at these markets and we're doing it from a neoclassical perspective, each time asking ourselves what happened today and what might it tell us about the coming ones. This show 4 times a week, every Monday through Thursday, is broadcast at or before 10 o'clock Eastern Time. It's archived on YouTube and it's under the channel L.A. Little. If you want to be notified of content, anytime content's pushed, just reach up in the right hand corner and subscribe. And anytime I push that content, you'll get a notification. As far as what happened today, let's take a look at the numbers here. We had the S&P trade up. By the end of the day, it was down fairly large, then traded up, end of the day up. You had that across the board, pretty much a flip all the way around, not only on the S&P and the indexes in general, but also on what everybody has been trading to the upside, which was gold and silver. Although bonds did hold their gains, you did see a pretty big pullback in the gold and silver markets. Matter of fact, some very large bearish engulfing signals there. Oil traded down as well, so pretty much all the commodities got hit. Overnight we saw hits in Europe and Asia. I suspect all that's going to turn, though, based on the turn we saw here. Now, if you were watching the show last night, I gave you a tease right at the end of the show, and I said, you know, the question is going to be, where's it going to pull back to? And of course I will tell members that in the morning. Well, if in fact that's what I do. That's what I do for members. If I come here and let's log in first, and I'll show you. So let me get logged in here real quick. And once you get logged in, you know, there's a member area morning comments. This morning, you know, before the market even opens and we were set to go down big, I put this chart out for the members and said, okay, these are the two spots, right? Yesterday, and then these natural logical potential is down here. And that was about 2052, it looks like. So if we pull up the S&P chart here tonight to see what it looks like, where did we get to? 2050. I guess I missed it by a couple bucks. Folks, Neoclassical works. It gives you what you need to trade, and it gives it to you, and it gives you clues as to what it looks like it's going to be, and all you got to do is read the clues, and you too can trade just like a pro, right? And it's not rocket science. I mean, there are bars of significance, and when you can see what those bars are, in this case this wide price spread bar, and it wasn't high volume, but it was a wide price spread. You also had a high volume bar that happened to be over here. The low on that was 2052. The low on this one was 2052. Where's it going to go to? 2052. Where does it go to? 2050. It's fairly logical where things are going to go and how this thing's going to turn based on how far it's moved and what's happening. You get a big hammer reversal tonight. That's going to carry through tomorrow. We're going to see a push back the other way. It's going to get some carry through. And of course the question is going to be just how far does it carry? What you're going to need to do is look at the bars of significance, whatever they may be on the chart, using the neoclassical model. And once you do that, you can pick out where it's going to travel to or where it should travel to. And once you know that, then you can pick out, you know, where the test is going to be, and you can observe it and decide based on what happens. So tomorrow expect some bounce. If we look over here at the NASDAQ, it's got the same thing. You got to expect some bounce on this one as well. Same thing on the NDX. All of them did the exact same thing as we were talking about, and on the Russell too. Now, what was interesting today is the Russell was the laggard, wasn't the leader again with respect to the way this thing was moving. If we look overseas, we got the same thing, kind of what we expected there. We got that test of a swing point low here on the German DAX. Gets under it, back over it. Problem is, it's got more volume, so I don't think the move is over here quite yet. If you look over at the other markets in Asia and in Europe, same sort of story. So yeah, they got a pause, and we can expect a bounce, but I don't think you can expect much more than that. I was talking about the gold and silver market. Let me just pop up gold real quick and I'll show you what happened there. You had big bearish reversals. Let's get gold up. Big bearish reversal, right? You get a spike up, gets over the swing point high, reverses, leaves volume at the top, which is a good thing for the bulls, means it's probably going to be back there. But before that happens, with the bearish engulfing like you have here, I think you're going to have to expect this thing to pull back more. So that's it for tonight. Tune in to Sunday night, where we'll look at the next week and get a longer term view. As far as tomorrow, I expect to follow through on this bounce. Have yourself a great night, and I'll see you next time. Good night.